he also asks, what programs do you use for your art and stuff? Mostly I use Paint.net. Paint.net is a very handy tool for making graphic art, especially if you don't have the big bucks for Photoshop. To be completely honest, minus a few things, Paint.net I've found numerous ways that it can make basically stuff almost as good as Photoshop can. And if you know the way around that thing, you could make some really great stuff. Take a look at some of Darkfool's things. He's definitely surpassed me in the art of Paint.net. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do, but it takes some time to get used, or not to get used to, but just to learn the ropes of everything. I'm considering maybe making a tutorial on Paint.net, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Maybe if you guys want it from me, maybe sometime down the road. But that probably wouldn't be until after the new year. Okay. Next question is from Giovanni Pones Noobs 3. I remember you. You were one of my first subscribers. I think you were like in the first 50. I definitely remember that name. He asks, will you ever accept interviews? I wouldn't say that I'm not accepting them now. Just I haven't been asked for any really, interviews. I guess it's the closest thing that I've had to an interview, and I made it myself, so. If any of you, want interviews or anything, just send me a PM. I really have nothing against them, so. Although I will admit, if you really want to catch me, probably it would be best to wait till after the holidays, considering Thanksgiving's coming up now. And after Thanksgiving, I got a lot of schoolwork to catch up on and junk, so just throwing that out there. But, I don't know. And he also asks, will you make a vlog channel or show your face at all? I won't deny that I'll show my face someday, but that probably won't be for a good few years. Because I have no plans to whatsoever right now. As for a vlog channel, that's basically what my blog is made for. If you want to check that out, go to the link in the description. Which really means I should probably update that thing before I put that link. I'll work on that tomorrow. Anyway, the next question is from VidGameMaster789. Do you own an iPhone or iPod? I do own an iPod Shuffle. Its whereabouts are currently unknown though. And also, what gaming consoles do you own? I think I answered this earlier, but just a quick recap. The ones that I could find were PS2, N64, Wii, GameCube, even though those two are in one, DS, PSP, Game Boy Advance, and Sega Genesis. GT asks, did you get the idea for this Q&A from me like Masay did? I can honestly say I've been thinking about a Q&A for a while. I really don't know where the idea just came from. Who knows, maybe it was from your Q&A, I don't remember. And his second question, which he asks everyone. Mount it like a lion, great catchphrase or greatest catchphrase? At first I was going to say great catchphrase, but after seeing that artwork that Grand Pyro made last night, it's probably one of the greatest catchphrases. GT is the new Aslan. Okay, next question from Kevin J 2010. Alright, he asks, what do you think the most... Wait, let's try that again. What do you think the most scenic moment in The Legend of Zelda? Like, which area or moment was just like, wow, this place looks amazing? One of the most iconic areas or iconic places. While I do look forward to see what they do with Skyward Sword, and that'll probably change then, due to the ever-changing advancements in the field of graphics, it would probably be something, graphically, probably from, Twilight Princess. The one awe-striking scene was the one where you first get an overview of Lake Hylia without the Twilight. That was something about that place is just like, holy crap, that is epic. If you can hear any music in the background, forgive me, I don't know why I have Christmas music on in the background. as for iconic scenes, one that comes to mind is from Majora's Mask, which was really cool. Majora's Mask has some really great things about it. It's one of my favorite games as well. One of my favorite scenes in that game is the one after you defeat Captain Kita. And he's like, "Sir, do I have permission to leave, sir? Or can I leave this up to you, Link, or whatever?" And they just stand there, you know, eye to eye, like, you know, the past leaving it up to the next generation, saying, "I may have, you know, failed, but I know that you will prosper and move on, and, you know, do I have your permission to, you know, rest peacefully?" And, like, just, you know, goes, "Salute!" Or he didn't go, but he just makes a salute, and, you know, Captain Kita's like, "Sir, yes, sir!" And, you know, just something about that was really cool. Okay, his next question is favorite Pokemon and favorite Pokemon move. 2 questions in one. Favorite Pokemon. This question has been asked so many times, so I guess I'll go with someone new. I'm gonna go with Eevee. Eevee's just too darn cute to be ignored. And yes, I'm actually just going to say Eevee. A lot of people give Eeveelutions, and I will admit I gave Umbreon as one of my personal favorites, while Glaceon is also up there as one of my personal favorite Eeveelutions. I gotta say, Eevee is very underused, because, you know, it can evolve into so many things, and I'll admit, I have used an Eevee on my team before, just a plain old Eevee, to see what it could do, and it was not bad. I mean, it might have helped that it had like a nature that really didn't affect its stats whatsoever, but still. I decided to use an Eevee once and it was not bad. Sure, it got murdered by fighting type, but other than that was pretty good. Eevees are just so darn cute though. Favorite Pokemon move. This will probably change once 5th gen comes out, but one of my favorite moves so far is probably Shadow Ball. Just something about that is just so dark and mysterious, especially in the anime. The anime makes the moves look so amazing, but Shadow Ball's always been one of my favorite moves to see in the anime and to use in game. I think I taught that Eevee Shadow Ball too. Next questions are from Dalbazar. I hope you're liking the background. Yep, if you remember, he won the Halloween pumpkin contest, so I made him the background, which was one of the prizes, and yeah. So, anyway, he asks, if you could live in any Disney World, where would you want to go and why? I do enjoy Christmas Town in Kingdom Hearts 2, and even more so in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, where Sora gets a costume change and the whole area gets a music change. It's a pretty environment and pretty cool environment. I also like Mulan's world, more so in the movie than in the game, but still. Of course, there's Beats Castle and Agrabah, which are unsung beauties as well. So I don't know, maybe one of those. Okay. And he also asked, if you were banished to a desert island, couldn't return to or have any contact with civilization, and can only bring 3 things with you, what would they be and why? Probably a computer. Although, wait, you can't have any contact with civilization. But then I guess Skype's out of the question. Alright. I don't know, I'd probably bring, maybe a PSP to keep me preoccupied, and if, you know, these are, you know, considering food and all that stuff's not an issue. Of course, I would be a lot smarter about it in real life, but I don't know, I would probably bring some kind of gaming equipment, a charger for said gaming equipment, and obviously a game, so I don't know. Pass the time quite easily. Like I said, this is considering that, you know, it's on a desert island where, you know, things that are human don't exist and you don't need them. And I'm sure I would probably think of a better answer if I had more time to think about it, you know. Probably something more realistic, but, if I think about it, I'll come back to that one, but that's my answer for right now. Let's see. Backstabber 78.9 asks, what is your favorite video game system? I think I answered this earlier. It's cross between, let's see, the Nintendo Wii, if you're talking Nintendo consoles, and the PS2. And 2, do you play any sports? I used to, well, not actually on any team, but I will admit I played things like soccer and, basketball vaguely in gym. But yeah, I used to really like soccer, and every once in a while I get out there and kick the ball some, but I don't know. Sometimes I just like going out there and sitting around and, just kind of taking in the beauty of the world that I can see more or less, but of course I walk around. I'm not like completely lazy. I do exercise some. But yeah, I guess that would be the closest thing to playing sports. Next question is from Donut Eater 111. He asks, maybe I shouldn't say he and I shouldn't say she, so I don't want to offend anybody. If I've offended you, so any of you at any point by saying, like you're a she when you're a he, or you're a he when you're a she, please forgive me. From now on, I guess I'll just say they ask. So Donut Eater 111 asks, who is the person you'd want to have co-commentate on your vids that has never been on one of your videos before? That's a tough one. People that I have co-commentate, I mostly, leave up to friends. Be they from YouTube or Skype or real life. Because those are the ones that I think I can connect to, in conversation more than anybody else. And while most people would probably say, like, big shot YouTubers or stuff like that, or, famous people, I would have to go with probably, my main friends, because those are the ones that I could have conversations with the best about, gaming and things like that. Both on YouTube and Skype, or YouTube and real life and Skype. So, yeah. That's my answer on that one. I really gotta think about how to pronounce this username. Masana Banana 98 asks, that is an epic username, I have to admit. What do you normally do other than playing games? Well, let's see. I draw. Like I said, I sometimes play, soccer with friends, kick around a ball, all that stuff. Yeah, I draw. I do graphic art kind of things. I sometimes read. Like, you'll find out that I like to read mangas and watch animes and stuff, but I will admit I do read books, like actual books as well. As long as they're not, like, really boring and forced upon me, like in school essays. Although I will admit some of my favorite books are actually things that were forced upon me at the time, like To Kill a Mockingbird's a great book. So, yeah, those are basically the things that I do. They also ask, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Vanilla. As plain and bland as that probably is to most of you, I find it to be quite delicious, actually. Next question is from QuillJ1. Why did you start LPing? Mostly because I saw a couple videos about it and I thought it would be pretty fun. I think I expanded more on this somewhere in the beginning of all this. His next question is, do you feel like you've improved any? Or do you think you've been as good as you are from the start? Well, I'm praying that I improved. If I haven't, then I definitely haven't been as good as I was never that good from the start, to be honest. So I'm praying that I've improved. So, although I guess it probably did help that my first LP was with a co-commentator. And I was able to casually work my way up to solo LPs with, co-commentators intertwined. So I would hope that I've improved. If I haven't, then I guess that's just my style. But, yeah, I'm gonna say that I hope I've improved. I know I have in the graphic field. I know I definitely have there. But I'm still working on things like, sometimes I can't get my words together right, or sometimes I forget really simple things and don't know references that people are talking about, and I'm working on that, so.